All right, everybody. Hefe here, back in action. I haven't done a video in a while or just a live stream other than Battlefield, so I thought I'd do one today. You'll notice on the left-hand side, maybe on that start screen, the Aptoid is back. Old Hefe has got another promo code starting this weekend. It actually will be starting in about, I believe, 2.5 hours, if I'm doing my math right, on the Aptoid calendar. On the Aptoid, where they're at is in Portugal, so I believe at midnight their time they'll be kicking off another promo this weekend. So if you're doing any purchasing this weekend, definitely use Aptoid. Download that wallet, maybe reload that wallet. Maybe you didn't realize that Aptoid's still working. You definitely can still use Aptoid. So go ahead and use that Hefe Evony code. That will be active all weekend. So if you're going for one of those special keeps, you just need to pick up some march speeds. I don't know, maybe you just need some stamina. Every little bit helps, but definitely use Aptoid and try to save yourself a little bit of money. So, all right, enough with the commercial. So what I'm going to do today, we're going to walk through a few things related to speed and march speeds. There's two different kinds of speeds. We talk about march speeds to monsters. We talk about just regular march speed, and they all have different impacts. Depending on what you're doing in game, you want to do things quickly, especially when it comes to bossing, joining rallies, even going to tiles. The faster you can get out there, the more you can start to bring back from those tiles. So I wanted to go through some of the stats here and just give you an idea. What are the things that I'm doing? I get a comment a lot of times when I'm doing bosses, whether that's from people trying to, fight for those same bosses on the map, or from internal. Where's Hef? Why isn't he running bosses? He's got those fast march speeds, and I don't know how he does it, but he is so dang fast. Well, let's kind of unpack this a little bit and go through some of the things that I've been doing. This has been a long time. I've been doing this for a while, but it gets better and better as new things come out, new sets of gear, other things. So I'm going to step through a little bit of how this breaks down and really give you some examples of it. We're going to show it to you as well on screen, just to get you an idea of how fast these things are going. So you can see here, my base march speed is 769.1%, and then my march speed to monsters is 1526.8. Now, yeah, that's super high. I don't know. I'd love to see if you've got yours higher and maybe what your stats are. So if you're on stream and you want to share it in chat, I'd be happy to take a look at it. Let's see who's got the fastest speed. So I will be joining chat and answering questions there, but I'm just going to pound through a bunch of this information just to give you a better sense of what I've been doing and how do I get so fast out on the map. For the first thing, let's just break down a little bit the basics, right? We're all using march speed to monsters when we're doing bosses. I've got a level 10 horn. These are going to be usually 8, 9, 10, maybe 11, 12, depending on how long you've been playing and how much time you spend in black market. That's obviously a big add. It's something that you want to use when you're running bosses. March speed in itself, when you're joining rallies, you want to use that one, right? So get into those rallies quicker. You might decide you want to use different horns like march size capacity, depending on what you're doing. But I would say that most people are using march speed. It does shave off a little bit of time. It may seem minuscule, but it does help you to get into those rallies quicker. So if you're doing SVS or you're in a battlefield, stuff like that, you'll want to definitely use that march speed. So anything you can do to get faster, it's better. So that's all I got to say there. So one of the things that I do, just to give you an idea, I'm going to just show you one example. What I do is I'm going to look out here on the map. We're going to go really far away. We'll just say, I don't know, 826 this guy's away. So if you want to look at, actually, let's find a level 1 zombie. They're even more fun to kill. So if you go ahead and click on your attack, you can see down here in the bottom, I've got a 3 minute and 38 second march. This is using this Caesar. Now, what I typically do is I set up my generals. I'm using Huos. So you can see this Huo, how big of a change that was. So it went from, well, I've got a Huo there. Let's just look at this one. Yeah. It went from a Napoleon at 340 down to 220. So that's a minute and 20 second faster. Well, how did I do that? What are the things that I'm doing on these specific generals? So these are the things that you can change on your generals, whether that's gear, whether that's skill books. Those are the type of things we're adding. But what I'll tell you is this base skill that's on Huos reduces troop march time speed by 20%. Now that's on both, the way Huos work, it's on both marching to monsters as well as coming home. So you're going to see that speed is the same coming home as it is going there. The other thing that I do is I add on obvious things like monster march speed book. I put that on my Huo as well. Now you'll say, well, why aren't you using the march speed? Well, what I do is I use Nathaniel Green's. And Green's also got the march speed. So on the way home, that's going to be giving me that additional march speed as well as on the way out. So these things do add up, and you definitely want to, if you can, go into that tavern. And these are both tavern generals, so nothing special, really nothing special at all. Wanted to give you an idea of some of these generals too. What I do to outfit them as well, is I always use, unless it's one of the generals or one of the ones I'm trying to hit bigger bosses with, you'll notice here this has got march speed to monsters on it. So all these Archimedes spears add to the march speed to monsters. So anything I can do, again, to improve that march speed out to the monsters, I'm using. There's also the Fearless Boots, or the other piece of equipment, gives you march speed a 34% increase. So I'm using those on all of these Huos. And I've got the books the same on across all of them. And I use 6 because I'm running a lot of bosses all the time. We're flying through AC, searching around. I swear to God, my fingers at the end of the day, I think are usually bloody. So I spend a lot of time doing bosses because, frankly, that's the only way to grow these days. So yeah, so that's kind of the setup there. The other thing that you'll notice is different. Obviously, there's all sorts of things. There's dragons. There's different things that you can add onto those generals. And I'm not going to go through all of those examples, but one of the things I wanted to highlight here, some people aren't aware, or they aren't actually doing it. There's a couple of duty generals that duty general equipment that you get in the King's Party does add march speed. So anything you can do, any of the pieces that you've got that add march speed, I would recommend you do them because they're always active. This adds to that base. So this isn't something you got to buff. This isn't something you got to add when, change a horn. It just adds to that base. So I'd highly recommend using these. I think there's 4 pieces altogether. This is the one on the arch tower staff, as well as the chest piece as well for the arch tower. There's also a piece, the chest piece on the keep officer, that also adds march speed. So again, you want to refine those for march speed because, frankly, the other things that are on there really aren't all that helpful. And you can go to those, each individual pieces if you want, and you can see what are the things that actually can be added. Now, there's reasons to do these other things if you're doing, you know, if you're a big farmer and you're doing all those kind of things, or you want just some internal production increases, you're doing crafting, you know, all those things. But frankly, I really believe that the best one here is to use your march speed. Now, you can argue construction speed. Yes, this is going to be used for advanced, and I'll be showing that at some other later time how to actually upgrade this advanced refining equipment. So you can add those as well. But for those base skills, march speed I think is the way to go. And then also the other piece that is also available is on the Academy Officer. And that would be the chest piece. This one's actually march speed to monster, so it's not going to help you in those PvP situations. But you can see that's some pretty hefty amount. You know, max obviously of 40% that you can get out of that one piece of gear. So that's a big buff. Some of the other things that I wanted to go through, you know, I talked about horns. There's obviously different pieces that have march speed, so I'm not going to go through all the equipment that has it, but the obvious ones too as well. Talents, that final talent, monster march speed. If you are a monarch level 25, you've got that. You're able to speed out to those monsters at a 30% clip faster. And obviously things like VIP and all these other things that are adding. Again, there's so many little pieces that add to that base. But I think some people don't realize that duty equipment does add that as well. That's just a nice one to add and add that up for when you want to do things. So yeah. So as I mentioned, you can see how fast these can get out that far out on the map. That's only 2 minutes and 20. So within 7 minutes of setting that boss, we're going to get it and kill it. Unless somebody steals it, of course. As opposed to 3 minutes and 40 with a set of bosses that, or set of generals that doesn't have those skill books, doesn't have those pieces of gear, and frankly just doesn't have that base skill that the heroes got. So I'd highly recommend spending a little bit of time inside the tavern and getting yourself some heroes and getting yourself some Nathaniel Greens. Save up on that stamina. I mean, it's really what fuels all of our growth rate right now is trying to get more bosses and more boxes so we can get all the stuff we need to grow. The other one that people don't really realize, if you scroll all the way down, and I've got it active right now, I typically keep it active, march speed increase. So there is this $5 pack here, and I've got it active. You can see mine is activated. This will be active for a week. This allows a march speed additional 30%. So for $5, again, use that Aptoid code 5 Evony. Pick up this this for the week, and you spend $5 for Boston at 30% faster, and join in rallies at 30% faster. You can also purchase, obviously, these other really fast march speeds, an additional 60%, gives you 10 of those. So if you're using them in battlefields, or you're using them for Boston, returning from bosses, heading out to tiles, whatever you're doing, the faster you can do it, the better off you are. So, you know, I would take a look at some of these, and again, this one, it lasts for a week. I'd highly recommend having this active at all times. It really helps out. You can see the other ones. There are 40% ones you can buy as well. And then for $1,250, you can get a 20%. So just for gems, you can actually purchase a little bit faster speed. So again, highly recommended. You know, there's other things are keeps. I'm using a keep to add additional mounted attack so that I can clear higher bosses. But those are other things that you can do is swap out keeps. There's some of these free keeps. I know the pyramid keep adds a little bit of monster march speed. Those are all things you want to be switching out and be conscious of if you're setting bosses. And frankly, if you're just soloing bosses out on the map somewhere, the faster you can get there, the better off you are at winning those races. So yeah, that's kind of the march speed overview. If you got questions and you're on stream and you want to participate, hey Growler, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Any idea what your march speed is? Are you in game? You can tell us. I'm trying to think of some of the other things. You know, there's probably some things in the Senate I might be overlooking. I do know that there's a lot of things within the Spirit Beast seals. So you'll find certain seals that add March speed to monsters. Those are also things to invest in as well. And I've got a number of mine pretty high. But yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. I do a lot of bossing. I do a lot of speeding around. Some call me the Ferrari when it comes to bosses. I really cruise out there and fly around. So yeah, 1526, that's my base monster march speed, as well as the 769, which it's helpful too. So I don't know, maybe we'll do some bosses. Yeah, so you'll also notice the thing I use as well. I'm using this hunting privilege card. So every boss you're killing, you're getting 1 million resources. Some people don't think it's worth it, but you know, if you do enough bosses, I think it definitely I definitely cap this thing out a few times during the week. So it's definitely something that I would recommend. Now, I also use Hugh, as you see here, for some of the bigger bosses as my assistant. So I'm not getting that additional Nathaniel Green March speed, but this is the way I can kill these bosses, get 0 wounded, as well as get out there fast. So you can see a minute 20, and let's just go see how far this guy's out. So he's 464 out. So a minute 20 to get out that far, I think that's pretty impressive. I can remember times when we were going out to 200. You know, back when the game was pretty early on, didn't have as many options to upgrade your march speed. I want to say it was 5-6 minutes. I mean, some of these things, I can't believe we did them as slowly we'd done them before in the past. Let's see what else we got out here. So I'll send old Nathan. And again, it doesn't matter that I've got that that additional wall dragon sitting on there. I use that for QOs just because I have no other use for it right now. But again, this B18 is almost 400 out, and it's going to take me. I forgot what it said now. It's not going to take me that long. Yeah, it doesn't tell me, does it? No. Anyway, it's a quick march out there. Let's see, what else did I bookmarked here. Do another. Some of these are gone. Popped off the map. Let's see what we can find. Maybe somebody's got some in the AC. Looks like Muff's doing that one. I'm going to join Muff's. Let's see how long it's going to take Muff to get out there. Oh, I missed. I think I can look. Oops. I think you already killed it. That's 238. That was going to take me... $39 seconds. So Muff was rolling out there in 2:38. I'm rolling out there in 40 seconds. This is why he wants me to run so many bosses, I think. I got a couple of folks joining chat. The good girl, she's got a plus 69. I think yours is faster than that. Come on. Growler, 519, 1284. Those are good numbers, Growler. You found anything that you're using that that you didn't see me show here that you want to mention? Civ Treasures obviously is another big one. Your Civ Treasure level is going to give you quite a bit of base. 150 for a level 7. And when you get up to that level 8 level, which I'm about halfway, a little over halfway there, it adds up another 25%. But that Civ Treasure is a big thing. Obviously, you're getting those in packs and other things, so those are going to build up slowly over time. But you definitely want to be using that Civ Treasure as well. We just need some bosses here. Somebody should share some bosses in AC, and so you don't want to watch me scroll around and find them. It's actually pretty boring. Typically what I do is I'm scrolling around for 15-20 minutes. I'll bookmark a bunch. As you saw, I've got lots of bookmarks of different bosses that I've either ran or was coming back to run at some point. Or if I find a hit, we'll do that. Let's see. Yeah, we'll set it to, why not? And so what I also do is I've set up all my Huos as my favorites, so I can get to those right away, and be able to kill or be able to set those onto my marches really quick, so I don't have to do a lot of scrolling to find generals. We've got an active, and especially this week, a lot of people running bosses. Yimmer Day, they're pretty thin out there. A lot of people are running to them fast, sending early, all that stuff. More power to them. Everybody wants to get those resources. Sometimes they forget about the Cerebrus and other things that, you definitely don't get. Here we go. Kill ourselves at 19. I've got basically 3 generals that I use for the bigger bosses. So that one was 51 seconds, and it is almost 300 out, so that's pretty quick. Growler's got level 8 Civ gear. Oh my goodness, dude, you've been rolling on those packs. I think that's awesome. It's really good. Yeah, Pastor Pink Dragon, the talent skill for yeah, there's the 8-hour talent skill. Yes, you are absolutely right. Good girl. We can look at those. Like I said, I didn't go through all the individual things. There are a number of talents and active skills. This March Speed talent that you can activate for 8 hours. We'll use this one in battlefields if you've got it. I haven't used the stones on it yet because I'm doing other things, but this is definitely one that you want to do. Let's say there's one other one in here, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, so the Pink Dragon, if you've got that and you want to activate that, let's say you're sitting down for bossing. You're going to do it for a long day. You might as well activate that, get that going, and you're moving around the map all that much faster. But yeah, so that's kind of the secrets there. They're not really secrets. I kind of trolled you a little bit on the title. But I just wanted to go through some of the things that you can do. And I think that duty general pieces, I think that gets overlooked an awful lot. Again, you may be prioritizing some of your attack generals buffs, like say you wanted to add HP and defense for your ground. You'll add those to those pieces instead. So yeah, all these things are over time. It's again prioritizing those against other things. So if you're doing a lot of bossing, and I'd recommend doing it early because you are going to be having that advantage of your speed. It's going to help you in a lot of ways. So shouldn't definitely overlook speed. Well, I don't know, Growler. That Civ gear at 8. I imagine all your Civ gears at 8. So I'm guessing all your construction and research and all those things are really all that much better. And the sooner you can get those things up and focus on them, the better. You know, we can go and look at Josefina as well. She's got, again, I didn't go through exactly everything, but if you've got Josefina, you see March speed, you can add that as well. I'm actually working on getting this one maxed out as my next champion to try to max. Got her up to 17 now, so I'll be working on that. But again, for that March speed was kind of the reason to start doing that. Yeah, share some bosses, would you? I'll run them. There's some 6s. So yeah, that's March speeding. Let's see what we got there. 60 out. I didn't even see how fast that was going to take me. Maybe we'll get stream sniped here. But you can see if you get your general set up right and you get the right amount of your teammates helping you out with boss chords, 32 seconds. It's going to take me to get out 190. So as you can see, that's really going to help out. Yeah, that's true. Growler's mentioning his gear on his Huos upgraded to Imperial. All 6 of them. I'm assuming that's giving you tell me what your Imperial. What do you mean by Imperial? This is something that I'm not doing, maybe. Maybe he's going to make me faster. Growler, you're the best if you make me faster. Where's my damn... I'll lose the forge. It's sitting right in front of me. Oh yeah, Victory Column's the other one. So mine's currently level 8. I've been saving resources, so I haven't pushed it up to 9 yet, but that's on the list. Working on troops now, so. But yeah, definitely March speed reduction there. Another one that will help out a lot. Oh yeah, you're just talking about different equipment, Growler. Yeah, you definitely there's other pieces of equipment that'll add it as well. So you want to look at those, as you're gearing it up. And again, you maybe don't want to spend all the materials on all those if you're not doing a lot of bosses, but you definitely, gear out a few of those generals so that you're getting there faster. Nah, you're fine. Talk about our feelings. Also, I am going to hop on stream. I'm going to actually make a guest appearance. I need to actually have him come here. I didn't even think of this today. We were talking. Some of you may know Mr. Yours. I'm going to actually add his stream. I'll actually simul stream tonight. I plan to get online later on tonight and jump on with Mr. Yours. He's also got a promo code for Aptoid this weekend, which I'm really excited for him about. Both of us are kind of getting back in the swing of things and excited to represent Aptoid going forward here. Well, at least for this weekend, we'll see. We'll see after that. But yeah, I'm gonna hop on stream with him and just hang out, run some bosses, catch up with him. It's been a while since I've talked with him. So if you get a chance, tune in tonight, either his stream or into mine. He's very entertaining as well. I believe he's going live at about 2.5 hours. I'm going to join him a little bit after that. Be just hanging out and chewing the fat, getting some, see how he's doing, what's going on. I know he's moved servers like I have, and so just curious what his experience has been like. He's my favorite T1 trap guy. He's the go-to guy I go to with questions. He's always trolling people with his Robin Hood wall generals and still killing them, stuff like that. So he's a lot of fun. But yeah, looking forward to hanging out with him tonight for a little bit, seeing what he's been up to. So yeah, check out Mr. Yours. I will put that in the description once I get out of here. Give you a link to his channel, and yeah, like and subscribe him as well. Always want to help my fellow streamers. I know what it's like. So he's actually got a lot more subscribers than I do. He's got a pretty well developed Discord, and you guys know me from past history. I'm a little more lazy when it comes to that stuff. I typically just want to play and chat a little bit here and there, and I'm a little light on the videos and how to's and all that stuff. But yeah, it's I'll probably be doing more. I'm definitely gonna be doing more this weekend. Trying to get everybody that savings for Aptoid, obviously, but I'll be streaming tomorrow as well. I'm gonna actually do a challenge review. I'm playing with HMB these days in Battlefields, and we were top 16. We got pushed out last week. We didn't have the matchups that we needed to get number or to get the points, but we're doing really well as a team when we all show up. Yeah, so I'm gonna go through some of that tomorrow. I plan to get on stream and talk through that, and share some more info. Maybe do a little keep walkthrough. You'll notice my power is a little different on this server, but I am a K44, and MA9. Just rolling through that research now, so which is a drag. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun to get back in the swing and start playing again. Certainly enjoying the Battlefields and challenge matchups have been a lot of fun. So just a great group of people I'm playing with here. So I do miss the hose. We had a number of people leave the game. Actually, we had just life comes at you. They've been playing for 4 or 5 years, and you know what it's like. You got other things in your life you got to take care of. So a number of folks have moved on and done things. Some of them have moved on and come back. So that's been fun to see too. But I was looking for a little more active alliance. Still keep in touch with all those guys. Still make sure I'm bubbled over there so I don't lose any points. But otherwise, he's just sleeping Hefe over there. But yeah, so I'm really enjoying it over here on 176. Hello, Real Barb Life. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. I don't actually know if we killed any. Oh, we did. Yeah, I don't know what else we got to show you here. I'll take a look through some more info as I get off stream tonight. I'm gonna be heading out here for a little bit before I jump on with Mr. Yours. So yeah, the little Hefe's back. Just love to click. Yeah, we're doing SVS. Let's check out this matchup. I haven't even actually looked. The other thing, very active on this server for server wars. They're usually getting in the 10 billion mark. First total scores on both sides, so very active on SVS, which is a lot of fun. Yeah, a couple of big boys, girls. One big alliance. Let's check them out. K42, K43, 42, 44. Kind of looking through just to see what, what their potential buffs might be, what, how big they are, what they might be doing. Closing servers. Look like this guy's running a boss. Yeah, so yeah, it looked like there'll be a lot of fun. Lots of action over here. Maybe hopefully this weekend. Maybe we'll be doing some streaming for SVS. I typically don't do that, but pasture levels and seals. My pasture level is 39. So you can see I've worked on a number of these, but I'm not actually getting the advantage of like this one, for example. Well, that one's not a good example. 85. So this one's 85. If I were to upgrade my pasture to 44, I would get these additional buffs. For me, the resources aren't a good choice at this point, just for those extra 25% for in-city defense and in-city defense. So it'd be 25, which is nice to have. Don't get me wrong, but I've got better uses for my resources right now, so I kind of left them where they're at. I am getting that level 3 buff for a lot of them. But yeah, I've got 1 at 60, 85, 66, 47, 20, 5, and 6. So you can just see it just depends on what I'm doing. Here is one just out of the blue here I picked up. This one's 10 of 20. But you can see here, this would be March speed to monsters. Gosh, shouldn't I upgrade this? Let's upgrade it. Just like that. You can see it sucks up the gem thingies as well. So pretty quick as you get these higher. But yeah, any little bit I can do to run out to those monsters faster is the better. But yeah, I haven't prioritized, like I said, the actual pasture level to get that additional buff. It would only help on this one at this point anyway. So, but those individual stats I think are really important. Again, you're prioritizing based on your play style and what kind of things you're doing. Some of the new ones I've got to get moved up. So yeah, always got things to work on. I've been working on Senate pretty hard. I did promote this governor to level 5. Gave me all troop attack 15, range troop and siege machine HP 20, and then marching siege attack 15. We do a lot of siege rallies. Not a surprise. I think everybody does. So I felt that was a pretty useful one, especially given our number of siege and arch rallies that we do. But then also just that base Attacking troop attack 15% was huge as well. So yeah, I did that one. That one I think was, I forget how many thousand of the twigs it was. I want to say it was 18 or 16 or I can't remember, but 20k is a lot. But you just saw one pop in there. You get those from bosses. So the more bosses you're doing, they also come from packs, obviously. But yeah, that was a big promotion. One of these days I'm going to do, I've got 2 other videos I want to do. One's really solely specific to the Senate. And I think there's some pretty good strategies on what things to focus on. I think people forget about some of these substat things to be able to upgrade. So you can see each one of these has a stat that it can update. Again, focusing on those things that are important to you and your play style and the way that you sort of roll, whether that's you're a T1 trap, you're a portal getter, you're a rally setter. You know, what are those things you're doing? Boss find, you know, you're a boss killer, whatever. These are all things you can look at and prioritize. Don't just willy-nilly go through and click, click, click. I think you'll regret it at the end. So you want to look at that. The other one is blazons, and I just dread every time I say the word blazons. I just get this overwhelming feeling of like just don't even want to bother. But I've actually neglected these for quite a while. And yeah, they're decent. They're good. There's no complaints, but like you can see all these level 10 ones, they're sitting there because they got a bad third pull. I didn't want to waste it on moving those up when I didn't have a good stat there. So these are things that I'll go through at some point and show you what's sort of my strategy on doing blazons and how I do it. And I'll tell you that the main thing is the filters. Filters and actually just hoarding these things so that you can actually go through and make an effective change all at once. You can kind of look here. I'll show you. See all these blazons that I've been hoarding. I typically do this so that because it's such a pain to do and it takes so much time, I don't like to just apply them and upgrade things that aren't really going to be needed. I'm missing a lot of buffs right now, especially as you saw in that mounted set of blazons. There's a lot I could be doing there. But again, it's all the ones you pull and how you actually prioritize doing these things. So it's like, again, it's a complex process that I have to go through it. So, but I'll probably dedicate a video to that at some point. Only because I get a lot of questions on it, and it's quite the topic to go through. So, oh, thank you, Barb. 12,000 was that past your 4, or to go to 5. Yeah, I think that is a really good first one, and I'm always looking ahead to the other ones to see, thinking that I'm missing something, but I came back to this one, and it wasn't because of the level I had it at, but it's literally all of these buffs going all the way up are really good. I don't know at this point if I'd hold out for the 20k applying it to this one and go to 6, but there's some pretty good buffs there as well. I mean, I'd look for the all buffs, honestly, more than these individual buffs. So it's probably not something I'm going to hoard to spend on this one right now. But then you could argue, well, you'll never get there if you don't. But I think there's better use for those twigs across some of the other ones that, again, I think we can go through that as a group sometime. And hell, we could all do it at once. Maybe we put a schedule together and I'll work on mine, you work on yours, and we can talk and chat what we think we should do. Click there, don't click there. I can use help just like the next person. Some people are asking me why I don't use well, I haven't finished feeding him, but I need to do that. The reason I'm not using that dragon at this point is because, again, I don't have the stones to upgrade the talents where I want them. I did upgrade the heal talent, but the more specific reason why I'm not using it is because I have a completely maxed out gold dragon. So all the talents are maxed out for this dragon, and it's going to be a while before I get my woody dragon high enough talents to be able to switch them out. But it's definitely a better option given all other things equal. But right now, no. Nope. I'll be sticking with this dragon for quite a while. So yeah, all right. Well, I am going to wrap up. I really appreciate those that tuned in and helped out by chatting. I'm going to get back to running some bosses, chatting with the HMB, hanging with banging, or hanging and banging. We should also mention I believe we're doing slot 7 tomorrow. So we'll be streaming that live. So hopefully we'll match you up maybe in Battlefield. We can play you. I don't know. We'll see. But we'll be, as usual, streaming that. We've had a small number of people missing out on those. So hopefully we can get a full squad and have some fun. We always have fun, but it's even more fun when we can smash the other team and do a lot of rallies and have some fun there. But yeah, it's always fun. Always an entertaining conversation on our battlefields, whether we're winning or losing, screaming or crying. We're always having fun over here in HMB. So yeah, look for us tomorrow, slot 7. We'll be streaming that. And then of course, Shallon's in the morning on Sunday. I'm going to go over some of that tomorrow. I plan to get on stream prior to SVS, I would think. So yeah, we'll catch you tomorrow. And again, appreciate all those that joined into the live stream and in the chat. Don't forget to use that Aptoid 5 Evony. That'll start up here, I believe, in a couple hours. It should be active. So if you're trying to add it right now, it's not working. So go ahead and just be patient. It'll work. You'll be able to have it for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you're planning to do some purchases for that historic, I think it might be a historic sub this weekend. It might still be a cultural, I don't know, but lots of fun things out there. And don't forget about those March speed ups. Get as many as you can. You need as many as you can get. So yeah, all right, I'm gonna sign off and put you back to the music. But again, appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. We'll see you on the next one.
You're my heartbeat, my silent drum.